everybody, it's me, Miz Cracker. Listen, I'm talking to women who are changing the game in their field. And today, we're talking to Toni Bredinger. She is a motorsport racing driver. She is basically a model. She's a content creator. And when she gets here, she's going to Kiki with Cracker. Oh my God!
Hello!
Toni, how did you get in?
Oh my gosh, love it. It's so cute in here.
Thank you. I thought I locked up because I am a New Yorker, but whatever. You're always welcome in my home.
Yeah.
Let me give you a hug of welcome. All right, you and I have had the opportunity to talk before, but we've never gotten to meet in person.
Yeah.
You're stunning.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh, you too.
Yeah, the difference for me is that all mine is fake. But we're gonna do some fakery with you today. We're gonna do some makeup, and I'm gonna kiki with you about everything you're doing, because you're doing a lot, not just for yourself, but for the world, I think. So.
Thank you, yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, if that's okay with you, I'm gonna experiment on your face. Have you ever had a drag queen do your face before?
No, I'm so excited though.
Okay,
I love
good.
It. I can't wait.
She's excited. I'm nervous for her, but she's excited, and that's the way it should be. So let's get into this a little bit, because it's kind of in your blood, cars, motorsports, and you started loving racing and speed very, very young, and I love this story. So can you tell me, like, that first day that you knew, oh my God, this is for me?
Yeah, so basically, me and my sister Annie, we tried go-karting for fun. And I was at the age where I was trying everything, and I honestly wasn't really good at anything. Nothing really clicked yet. I tried karate, piano, soccer, which was terrible, gymnastics. I pretty much did everything, and my dad was driving down the highway and he saw a sign for go-kart classes, and he's like, oh, this could be fun to take my daughters to, a little family activity. And both me and my sister loved it. I was like, Dad, I need a go-kart in my life. And he was like, sure. And I remember every Wednesday we used to skip school half the day, and we used to go to the go-kart track every single Wednesday. And I loved it, and I was like, Dad, I want to be a race car driver. And he was like, sure. I mean, go for it. But he definitely thought it was just gonna be a phase. Both my parents did. Because I'm the type of person that doesn't just stick to one thing. I always go through little phases. I'm like, okay, next. But racing is the one thing that I've actually stuck with my entire life. So.
Yeah. One of my favorite things that you say is yes, you're of Arab descent.
Yes.
Yes, you're a woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you're different. Yeah. But then when you get behind the wheel, something happens, and it's just you and the road, kind of. Exactly,
100%. I always say, once you're on the racetrack, gender is irrelevant, your background's relevant, everything's relevant. You're a driver just like everyone else out there, and I just think that's the biggest thing, is to put all that stuff aside and just, even though it might be out of the norm, still go do it. Who cares? If it's out of the norm, just go for it.
Right. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time that you got kind of caught up in the ways that you're different and let that get in your head?
A little bit, I mean, for me, I don't always read comments on social media, because I feel like that could be the biggest place to start getting attacked for things. Because for the most part, people don't just walk up to you and say things in person unless they're really
That's very true.
They don't usually.
I would love to see it.
Yeah, exactly. I dare you. So I tend not to read comments because, people always have something to say. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is, if you feel like you can't handle it, just ignore it, kind of pretend it's not there. And for me, I just surround myself with my team, and they see me just like anybody else. And I think that's just the biggest thing, is surrounding yourself with people that treat you equally.
Yeah. That's amazing. Now, anybody who talks to me like I don't know anything about racing is correct. And I think there's a lot of people out there that don't know how rigorous it is, and I was wondering if you could talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. So basically, when I'm in my race car, I'm in this custom fitted seat. So it basically fits like a glove. I can't move, my head's in one place. So you really can't move your body, but you're going through so many G-forces down the track, and you're going, at Daytona and Talladega, 180 miles per hour. You're inches away from the wall, inches away from your other competitors. It's hot in the car. It gets up to 120 degrees.
120 degrees?
Yes.
I'm from Seattle. That's literally hell.
It gets disgustingly hot, and it's physically demanding. You have to be at the top of your game for 2 hours at least. And if you slip up even a 1/10 of a second, which is a blink of an eye, you're gonna be in the wall.
Yeah.
So it's pretty intense.
Okay, we have talked about this a little bit before, but I wanna, How do you feel? Do you feel scared while you are doing these extreme physical things?
Yeah, I would say never scared. I think if you feel scared, that's kind of like, maybe you should hop out of the seat. But yeah, I feel like maybe I get anxious sometimes, but never scared. Like if I get in a wreck, I'm concerned for my car. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm like myself. I'm like, no, I don't want my car to get all messed up. I want to keep going.
Yeah.
But it's funny because if I'm watching other people, like back in the day when I used to watch my sister race, I get so scared for her. And then I'd hop in the same car and I'd have no fear. So
yeah.
I feel like I just think I'm invincible.
Okay, and that way we are opposite because I have big stage fright. But I always tell people if you have stage fright, it's okay. You can still do your thing. But I love the fact that you're completely fearless. And do you think that just comes from like adrenaline or just loving what you do?
I think a little bit of both. Definitely there's a lot of adrenaline involved in racing. I would say I'm not a fearless person because I feel like I'm scared of so many things. I don't like roller coasters. I don't like heights. I'm honestly kind of a baby, but once I'm in a race car and that green flag drops, I feel like this switch in my mind just flips and I become like a different person. It's weird. And I'm very, I feel like, laid back and calm in my day-to-day life, but in racing I get super aggressive and I just don't care. I'm like, I'm gonna go for it. So yeah, it's kind of funny how that works.
Let's talk about your beauty routine with racing. Like, is there like fashion choices involved in the outfit that you put on when you're racing? Yeah,
so basically I have layers on and it's basically like this kind of like almost like a turtleneck long sleeve. It's called Nomex and it's basically fireproof. So, you know, if you catch on fire, you're not just gonna...
This outfit is not, by the way. So.
But yeah, so basically I'm wearing like this long sleeve turtleneck thing, leggings, fireproof socks, and then you have this thick suit on top. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're not even doing physical activity, you're already just melting in this little situation. And you can change the designs of your suit, which can be fun depending on sponsors and brands on it and everything like that. And you can change the colors. So that's fun with that. But other than that, I feel like the outfit isn't like super cute. I mean, we wear like our little like racing shoes and everything like that. Just kind of like a hot, thick outfit. I do love, my favorite part is my helmets though. I definitely get into that and I always come up with crazy designs. Like some people just have like plain helmets, but I'm always like super extra with mine.
Yeah. I mean, you got to find a way to like express yourself and like be like, this is me out here on the track.
100%. I feel like my helmet's kind of like my identity in a sense.
What are some of the choices that you can make?
Literally anything with a helmet. I'll come up with a design and share my designer kind of like my inspo for it. So right now I have kind of like silver and sparkles. And my name's on it, like Arabic on one side, and then my name in English on the other side, and I love it. And then I'll look back when I was a kid, my helmet was super colorful. I had like butterflies on there and stars, and it was super outgoing. So yeah, it's kind of funny to see my helmets throughout the years because I go through phases. Yeah.
So what are some of the questions that people ask you about racing that like drive you nuts that you hear all the time?
I would say the number one question that I get is, how do you pee? Like, what do you have to do if you have to pee? I get that so much.
I also get that question, and it's a legitimate question.
Yeah.
So like what is the answer?
I would say you just don't. I mean,
exactly.
I know some people that just do, but yeah, I've never had to pee when I'm racing. I feel like you're just sweating everything out because it's so hot, and also you're so focused. I feel like that doesn't even cross my mind.
Do you think that people on the road assume that you are not going to match them because you're a woman? And because...
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. 100%. Like, this little girl can't do anything. I'm like, you don't even know.
Yeah, you're like, listen, I've been dealing with people like you my whole life.
Exactly.
So if you had to give advice to a young woman who wanted to do the same thing, maybe not even in racing, but like, what would you say?
I would say, you know, I get so many messages from younger girls and girls that want to get into racing, but even girls that are afraid to do something in a male-dominated space. And I always say, just go for it. Just know what you're there to do and have that confidence in yourself. And I feel like when you're doing things that are out of the norm and you're pushing boundaries, people are going to push back. That's just, you know, accept that that's going to happen, but don't accept the criticism and just know what you're there to do and have that confidence in yourself. And at the end of the day, just go for it, honestly.
You keep yourself together with racing. It really calms you in your life. what are you gonna do when it's time to retire and you're like, only have like mall parking lots to race around in? Okay, wait, don't answer that question because I'm painting your lips. I feel like I'm a dentist. I'm like, so, how's the family been? Don't say anything.
I think I need to have something that I'm working towards. I don't think I'll ever want to stop working towards something. So even if it's time to retire from racing, I think I'll find something else that I'm passionate about.
That drives you.
Yeah, and then I could kind of put that energy towards. I would say for racing, I think like a cool way to be involved in the sport would be to maybe be a team owner. I think that would be really cool. And for me, I think it would be really dope to have an all-female crew and female drivers. And I don't think that's ever been done before. So I think down the road, I think that'd be really cool to give minorities an opportunity.
While you're doing your mascara there, which you're amazing at, I want to ask you, like, we've talked about your physical health, all the practice that you do. What about your mental health? You're under a lot of pressure all the time. You're doing a lot of stuff. How do you keep yourself like centered and grounded in your life?
Honestly, I feel like I'm still figuring that part out. But one thing that I do think helps that I do every day is I have a journal that I write in, and I'll write what I'm grateful for and also my goals for the day. And I feel like that kind of helps me start my morning grounded. But yeah, and then also just taking moments before I go to sleep to also write in my journal and just write down like what I'm feeling, what's going through my mind, again, what I'm grateful for, because I feel like it's so easy to start taking things for granted and getting caught up in negative things when there's actually so much positive around you. You just get caught up in the negative. Yeah,
I'm a journaler too.
Yeah, I love it. It's so helpful. I started it probably about a year ago now, and it's honestly changed my life. Like, I'm not even being dramatic. Like, really,
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing to do, especially also, like you said, if, like I just have a bad memory, and if I have a bad day, I'm like, it's always been this bad. And then, then you can look back in your journal and be like, you know what, there's all these amazing things that I have been able to do.
100%.
Yeah, I love that you journal, I love that you do that, and I do the same thing. But can we both say one thing that we're grateful for?
Yeah.
And this can be our little live journal, if you will.
Yes.
Like for me, like I am grateful to have conversations like this with women like you, because I think we're in a time where we're finally trying to give women the respect and attention that they deserve. And I feel so grateful to be a part of that and to be able to hear amazing stories like yours. Like this is a big deal to me.
Yeah, I'll kind of piggyback off of that. I'm grateful to have this opportunity, and I really hope that there's a young girl out there watching this, and she's watching this thinking, I can go do that. I can, you know, do something out of the norm or do something in a male-dominated industry or go racing. So I really do hope this helps inspire somebody. That'll make me so happy.
Absolutely. You have me wanting to race now. Yes. So thank you so much, Toni. I appreciate it. And you look gorgeous.
Thank you.
We checked. Yeah. Everybody, this has been so wonderful. Make sure that you follow Toni and everything that she's doing, because she's always surprising me and she's always doing something new. And she's gorgeous. She's kind. And I mean, she's almost as amazing as I am. So if you like this, you're gonna love that.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.